What if a nation were trapped in a time loop, repeatedly reliving the same decade, unable to break free from its dated paradigms even as neighboring countries catapult into modernity? This is not the plot of a new science fiction novel, but rather a stark reality for the Philippines. While the world stepped into the new millennium, the Philippines somehow remained ensconced in the societal and economic frameworks of the 1990s. This essay seeks to unwrap the complex socio-economic and cultural tapestry that has led to such stagnation. Navigating through the cobwebs of outdated policies and deeply entrenched practices, this paper offers a forensic analysis of the factors that have shackled the Philippines to its past. The decade of the 1990s was marked by an exceptional economic dynamism in Asia, yet the Philippines watched from the sidelines. Economic growth spiked phenomenally across parts of Asia, but in the Philippines, political instability and inconsistent policies throttled potential advancements. While neighbors embraced reform, the Philippines grappled with leadership crises and corruption scandals that soured investor confidence and stunted economic evolution. The trajectory of the 1990s set the stage for the decades that followed, embedding economic and cultural norms that persistently hinder progression and adaptation to global standards. In the realm of political governance, the Philippines exhibits a distinctive pattern of leadership inconsistency and legislative deadlock. Prevailing political dynasties monopolize power, perpetuating a cycle of corruption and inefficiency. This entrenched power structure resists change, stymies innovation, and discourages the enforcement of necessary reforms. The result is a political environment fraught with paralysis and a lack of accountability. To envisage a break from the 1990s, there must be a concerted effort to dismantle these dynasties and introduce transparency and accountability in governance. The Philippine economy in the 1990s was characterized by protectionism and heavy regulation. Despite minor reforms, many of these policies remain, preventing the country from integrating more fully with the global economy. Such economic entrapments discourage foreign investment and innovation, limiting domestic industries and the job market. Dismantling these barriers presents an urgent need to revitalize the economy and foster inclusivity in global market dynamics. Subsequent economic analyses must focus on removing these constraints to make way for a liberalized and competitive economic framework. Social statics, cultural norms, and inertia. The societal fabric of the Philippines is tightly woven with traditional norms that often resist modern influences and changes. These cultural underpinnings, while fostering a strong sense of community and identity, can impede progressive reforms, especially in gender roles, education, and corporate governance. Such traditions are double-edged swords. They preserve a rich cultural history, but also perpetuate a status quo that is misaligned with the demands of a rapidly evolving global landscape. Addressing these cultural barriers requires sensitive yet decisive strategies that honor the past while boldly embracing the future. Comparative analysis: Philippines versus Southeast Asia giants. Comparing the Philippines to its Southeast Asian neighbors like Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand reveals a stark divergence in economic and social trajectories. These countries, though similar post-World War II, embarked on aggressive reforms and innovations from the 1990s onwards. This part of the analysis highlights the pivotal reforms and governmental strategies that propelled these nations forward, and how the Philippines might learn from these models. The comparative perspective not only sheds light on missed opportunities, but also provides a blueprint for potential catch-up strategies. Technology and innovation missed opportunities. The digital revolution transformed economies worldwide, yet the Philippines has lagged in integrating technology into the fabric of society and economy. Limited internet access, high costs, and lack of technological education stifle innovation and economic growth. Investment in technology and fostering a culture of innovation could unlock significant economic potential and streamline governmental and social services, propelling the Philippines into modernity. The discussion here revolves around strategic steps to enhance technological infrastructure and education to foster a conducive environment for innovation. Deep dive into education system. The education system in the Philippines continues to operate with methods and curricula that have not fundamentally changed since the 1990s. This has resulted in a workforce that is often not equipped for the demands of the modern global economy. Reforming the educational framework to include critical thinking, technological literacy, and skills that match current job market needs is crucial for breaking the cycle of stagnation. This section proposes comprehensive reforms aimed at overhauling the educational system to align with contemporary standards and needs. Infrastructure, roads not taken. Infrastructure development, or the lack thereof, is a glaring issue in the Philippines. Poor transportation networks and inadequate utilities infrastructure have been major impediments to economic growth and quality of life. Investing in modern infrastructure is not just about improving roads and bridges, but also about enhancing the efficiency of the economy and the mobility of its people. This part explores strategic investments in infrastructure that can significantly improve productivity and economic integration both domestically and internationally. Health and social welfare disparities. Healthcare and social welfare systems in the Philippines have not kept pace with the needs of its population, with stark disparities between urban and rural areas. These sectors are crucial for a nation's overall productivity and socioeconomic stability. Enhancing these systems is essential for equitable development and for ensuring that all Filipinos have the opportunity to lead healthy, productive lives. This section discusses the need for comprehensive reforms in healthcare and social welfare aimed at reducing disparities and improving overall societal well-being. The role of externalities, international influence and pressure. The Philippines' development trajectory has been significantly influenced by international relations and external pressures, including economic dependencies and geopolitical tensions. Understanding these dynamics is key to formulating strategies that leverage international relationships for economic and social benefit, while maintaining national sovereignty and identity. This analysis delves into how external factors have shaped the country's development path and how they could be turned into opportunities for growth and advancement. The immigrant workforce, blessing or curse. The Philippines has one of the world's largest diasporas, with millions of Filipinos working abroad. Remittances from these workers have long been a critical part of the economy. Yet this dynamic also has a draining effect on the country's human capital. While remittances provide immediate economic relief, the long-term impact includes brain drain and the underutilization of potentially transformative skills within the country. This part of the essay will explore the dual-edged nature of having a large immigrant workforce and strategies to mitigate its negative impacts while enhancing the benefits. Media influence and public perception. Media in the Philippines plays a pivotal role in shaping public perception and can be a powerful tool in either supporting or obstructing reform efforts. The landscape of Filipino media, dominated by a few powerful families, often perpetuates the status quo and can stifle progressive discourse. Critically assessing the role of media in societal stagnation, this section proposes reforms aimed at fostering a more diverse and independent media landscape that encourages critical thinking and public engagement in governance. Environmental degradation in the Philippines has serious implications, not only for public health but also for economic sustainability. Issues such as deforestation, urban congestion, and pollution are pressing, yet often overlooked in policy priorities. This section emphasizes the importance of integrating environmental health into the developmental paradigm, proposing sustainable practices that align with economic growth and public health. Proposals for modernization. To escape the quicksands of the 1990s, the Philippines must embrace a series of bold reforms. This section outlines a comprehensive modernization agenda covering governance, economy, technology, education, and social policies. The recommendations are designed to be actionable and sustainable, taking into account the unique socioeconomic and cultural contexts of the country. Call to action steps forward for political leadership. Political will is crucial for the implementation of any reform. This section calls upon the Philippines' political leaders to champion the cause of modernization with courage and foresight, emphasizing the necessity for a transformative leadership style that is transparent, inclusive, and accountable. The discussion includes strategies for building and sustaining political momentum for reform, including engaging civil society and leveraging international support. Public engagement and cultural evolution. Last but not least, the true engine of change lies with the Filipino people. This final section underscores the importance of public engagement and cultural evolution in breaking free from the chains of the past. It suggests pathways for grassroots involvement in governance and reform processes, and how cultural shifts can be nurtured to support a more dynamic and forward-looking Philippines. In conclusion, while the Philippines remains tethered to the era of the 1990s, the chains are not unbreakable. Through strategic reforms and collective resolve, the nation can reposition itself as a competitive player in the global arena. The essay outlines not only the causes of the developmental stagnation, but also offers a blueprint for revival, making it clear that with the right actions, the future can be as bright as any nation's in Southeast Asia.